Hey everybody, welcome back to Muramasa, the Demon's Blade. This is Arashimaru, Act 2. And this is also the reason why this game explains why you're getting attacked by stuff like, what is it, Tengu, you got Kappas, you got, oh, what the hell is there? Demons. You got monks, evil monks. There's a lot of weird supernatural things suddenly attacking Arashimaru, and that's just how powerful his revenge ploy is. Now, right now we're in Iga because we're about to storm the ninja stronghold. And I've come to realize that a lot of the DLC characters have low vitality, so I've been using the the defense cooking just to make sure I could take an extra hit or two.
I don't know, I kind of like the idea of reducing the vitality in this game because it kind of the harder difficulty, that's not the unlockable one. The grinding vitality kind of cheeses this game out a lot. So I don't know, I kind of like the idea of reducing health and forcing you to use mechanics you wouldn't otherwise use.
I don't think I've ever grinded in this game outside of needing to do so for the last ending. Now, I mentioned before that there's an enemy I hate fighting, period. It's these guys. Welcome to Frogs. I also didn't mention it during the Shiranui fight because I never used it. The active ground skill for the sickle is a sickle geyser, and how far it goes depends on if you tilt or not while pressing O on the ground. If you don't tilt, you do a short range one that does a lot of damage in close proximity. If you tilt while doing it, you do a longer range one for more coverage. And this should also go into Arashimaru's ground combo for the sickle a little bit because it's very different. I mentioned before that if you just straight up mash the X button, you'll do the spin thing. What you want to do to get the maximum amount of damage out of Arashimaru's combo is tilt the combo until you get like the thrown sickle out there. Then while that's going, do a ground attack to get more damage out of it, and from there you could do the you could combo into your air combo.
Like I really like being able to lock stuff down with the air skill.
Yeah, the another neat trick with the air skill is that when you summon the spider, you actually do the summoning spider animation actually does do damage, and it's a huge hitbox. It just doesn't do a lot of damage because both the fireballs and the summoning itself, the damage is dependent on the weapon. So if you say summon with kunai, Shirohebi doesn't exactly do a lot of damage. Also, I am not using that kunai spin right at all. Also, one technique I never use, the ground skill for the kunai, is Arashimaru will jump into the air and then just pour daggers underneath him. I really don't find that useful at all, honestly, especially considering how your base standing skill has a good enough technique and is easier to use.
I don't know, it would feel like if you're trying to do ground punishing damage, the bombs seem like the thing that should do the most damage.
The bombs are weird. It does a lot of damage, but just using them consumes a lot of stamina. What people love to do is they basically use it exclusively for dash attacks. Because it does reduce damage, but not by much. But that's just not my style, man. Like, you see me trying to do it here, and I'm just not feeling it. The main trick is that the landing attack for the bomb dash, it does a lot of hits.
Just never let go of the bombs, just punch them with the bombs in your hand and go Bakugo on them.
Pretty much. But yeah, that's just not my style. I like the scythe and kunai more than the bombs.
I was really enjoying the scythe ground combo animations. They looked super fluid even for this game.
Yeah, it's a shame they do like no damage.
Yeah.
Like, even I'm at level 8, which is a generous level, I'm still doing 3 damage a hit. Ugh.
I always find this habit when I'm playing action RPGs. I always wind up doing the stuff that does the least amount of damage purely for the purposes of styling on enemies that can't, like... They feel no salt. They're AIs. They are not programmed to feel.
By the way, we rarely saw this in the main campaign, but look at this! The elite ninjas stay on the roof. And they stay there until you get underneath them to where they will do a down stab, and then this guy just goes right back up. Arashimaru's post-combat animation is weird to me. Everybody else's makes a little sense, he just does a backflip.
Hey, I'm totally for victory flips, only because I could not do them myself.
Adol doesn't care about backflips, he just kills.
Merciless war tyrant.
Hey, you hear all the stories about Adol, the great hero. He kills a lot of things. Now, I covered this before, and I still am not 100% sure. In the DLC, you could equip stuff to your weapon, and it gives them benefits, but I'm fairly positive that it's not exclusive to that weapon. You can just equip 3 things and get all 3 benefits while you're fighting.
That would make sense.
Yeah, this kind of bugs me here. This is supposed to be Iga, home of the ninjas, the spy headquarters. What are samurai doing here?
Just chilling. Yeah, change of atmosphere. Go to the places where all the backdrops are all weird and trippy.
Yeah, let's go to Iga's. Let's go to the Shogun of Iga clan. I hear their doors have parallax scrolling.
Smoke up an entire shipment of opium. Let's do this.
Also, that poor samurai didn't stand a chance. I just stood there and pelted him with knives. I've come to realize that when you're dealing with frogs as Arashimaru, the bombs are the best way to do it, but even then, the bombs are so goofy. Like, to go into further detail of the bombs, the default attack animation for the bombs is you chuck them at a 45-degree angle ahead of you. Nowhere near where anything usually is. In order to, like, aim in front of you, you have to tilt and do that. However, if you tilt down and try to be clever, you'll do a, like, Mario fireball of a throw? And that does not nearly enough damage that I'd like. The other best way to do it is to just jump in the air and throw down bombs down on people. That's really good. But it's also kind of hard to do that since a lot of enemies in this DLC have anti-air maneuvers.
Huh. Yeah, because I noticed in the first fight you were doing, you were just like floating and throwing bombs down repeatedly. It seemed like a pretty good way to just punish anything standing still for more than like half a second.
Yeah, that was the non-tilted scythe. You could see that it's a lot closer together, which is good for very big bosses, or big frogs.
Launch starters, from the looks of things. That launched the big toad.
Well, it launched him because he fucking died.
Oh, dang it.
Yeah. Also, this is probably the DLC where I actually make use of toad oil, just because I get so much. Right now I'm kind of looking around for secrets, because they actually started implementing secrets in this game. Like, they did a lot of secrets in Dragon's Crown, and you see them experimenting with the design ideas in these DLCs. And then, interestingly enough, you see the both accumulation of design philosophies for secrets in this game and in Dragon's Crown in the new Odin Sphere remake, which is really cool.
Yeah, God, I really need to get back to playing that game. I bought it the day it came out in Europe and played the crap out of it, beat Gwendolyn's chapter, and then I forgot to earn the game.
Well, considering you have to go through the story 4 more times, I kind of see why you would forget about it.
I don't know. I always liked the original Odin Sphere.
Yeah, same. That's kind of why I bought it.
Despite its shortcomings. Like, it has a couple problems, but you learn to overlook them.
Yeah.
Like, Muramasa is the point where they, like, took everything I liked about Vanillaware games and thought, hang on a minute, what if we made the gameplay extremely fluid?
Yeah.
I mean, it just feels right.
It feels right because it's not dependent on numbers. I mentioned this a lot with Skippy during the Ganbei episode, but I recently streamed Ys Arc of Nepishtim, and man,
I'm so sorry.
The end game. What the fuck? Like, Like, you get to the end boss and you're like, hey, it's a callback to Oath and Felghana. I beat this boss. I'm super good. You get to the final boss. Why am I so weak?
Yeah, that E6 had a big numbers problem. A lot of reasons were because they had not developed an East game in like 10 years.
Oh, okay.
They really weren't sure what to do. And they learned pretty quick, because when they did Earth and Felghana, the whole game felt so much better.
Yeah.
But, yeah, East 5 and 6. East 5 is, like, easily the worst one they've made, but East 6 is definitely, like... They got their groove back, but it was a really slow and painful process.
Yeah, I gotta say the boss design for Napishtim was basically 4 bosses, all of them spam jump attack. Also, this room right here, no, we're not doing this. Look at this horse shit. For those that don't know, this is a tile set where you have to go across each and every elevator. However, each and every elevator has a ninja on it with a Kusarigama, and they're gonna actively try and knock you off so you can't progress until you fight them on this really stupidly tiny platform. So what I like to do is air dash my way to victory, but they add the poison moths to prevent that. This room sucks. I'm done.
I can't remember if the Kusari ninjas are actually capable of attacking up there.
They don't attack up, but their hitbox for the spinning chain is ludicrous. Like, you cannot hit them in any ways melee without getting hit yourself. It's so dumb.
I remember in Muramasa story deliberately killing like all of the butterflies in that one giant room, and I have no idea why I did it.
You did it for the XP bonus, dude.
It's such a small bonus though. I could have done a room that takes like a third of the time and gotten more experience for it.
Yeah. I don't know which is worse, the butterfly in Momohime's story or the weird skull spiders in Kisuke's story.
Probably the skull spiders.
Yeah, because they got the grab. Also, I'm so close to a level up here that I decided I'm just going to kill butterflies and level up. Because I'm actually going to kind of need that level this fight. I'm also doing it for a little bit of souls because I want to get one specific trait. I think it's in the bomb tree. Like, I get something here, but I don't remember what. It's been a little over 2 months since I've actually recorded these.
Did you just sit down and record all of it over a weekend or something? Like all the DLC chapters?
Pretty much.
See, that's the smart thing to do.
Yeah, doing it on the cuff like I'm doing with Darkest Dungeon is a little, harrowing?
Yeah, I don't know, I have a hard time recording anything more than like an hour at a time. And
well, it's hard with something like Ys Origins where you have to do 3 plots.
Yeah, I'm going through some like weird cabin fever phase where I just don't want to look at it, but I know I'm like obligated to finish it.
Do what I did and just LP a really quick platformer and that'll just get you back in it.
Hell yeah, I'm just gonna record 15 minutes of Jewel Master, aka the whole game.
By the way, we are introduced to our next boss, right here. It's this guy. We already know who you are, don't try to cover up your identity, dude.
Oh, this dude's VA is so good.
He sounds very boisterous, doesn't he? And I love it.
He has earned that pompadour. There's a pompadour well earned.
But yeah, this guy is actually a Chinese thief that managed to stumble into Japan and become a famous ninja.
You'd think it'd be a lot easier to stumble into China from Japan than the other way around.
I also like Arashimaru's statement here is like, you're the head of the ninjas and you're this much of a clown? What the hell, dude? I will say though, the actual fight with this guy, fuck, he has an attack that I hate. Arashimaru is so weird to the point where it's like, I don't give a shit about revenge for my father. That's dumb. I'm not that sentimental. By the way, I want revenge for you guys manipulating me like a toy. Okay.
Also, I die in 7 days.
I don't give a shit. By the way, this scene right here is why I love this boss fight so much, because of how crazy it is. This is the most anime thing you'll ever see. Behold giant frogs.
Nice.
There's a lot of anime-isms in this story that are campy but not bad. By the way, we counter frogs, fuck you. Like right here, this line right here, this is a very anime thing to say. You're just explaining things to the audience at this point. Well, looky here, boys. We got ourselves a Mexican standoff.
She has an awful lot there. She has an awful lot of pride considering she rides around on a giant slug.
That slug is actually kind of threatening.
Is it a toxic slug?
Not really. The results may surprise you. Also, Shirohebi's kind of freaking out here.
A slug waiting for its chance to strike? How does a slug attack? It's a slug!
You'll see in the boss fight.
Just throw some salt at it.
And even Aburada here is like, yeah, this is the very definition of a standoff. Like, yeah.
That was some like Kenshiro level shot calling. I like that.
Yeah, this is why Shirohebi's freaking out. For
Slugs are anathema to snakes.
Yeah, I don't know how, but snakes are weak to slugs. But the thing is, if that slug kills the snake, then for whatever reason, the toad will eat the slug. But whatever. So as if this thing wasn't wild enough, he's gonna power up his frog. This is actually a huge plot thing to keep in mind.
Well, that's kind of wishful thinking, isn't it?
Yeah, we won't have any remaining foes except for everybody in Japan we've made enemies with.
Once I kill this man, all of our wars will be over.
That was your fault, Arashimaru. What are you talking about? So this boss fight is really wild because you're fighting both of them. Now you've been wondering why exactly a slug is so threatening. It attacks with lightning.
Straight up Raijin projectiles.
Pretty much. And because her attacks are so threatening, I actually actively target her first. Because even like when she's on her slug, she can fire multiple lightning projectiles that home in on you and do a screen-wide laser slash with a lightning bolt. But even when you knock her off her slug, she also has projectiles that home in on you like that. So she gets the beat stick first because she's actually the bigger threat.
Oh my god, that giant toad animation is great!
Pretty much.
I love every bit of it.
Now, you see that sword slash right there? Fuck that sword slash. Because of that, I want to keep Aburada on his toad at all times, because when he's not, that sword has a no-frame startup, so anytime I'm attacking, I just eat shit.
Oh my god, is that Toad firing baby toads at you?
Yep.
Gross!
This is the wildest fight. It's so fun.
This reminds me of Legion from Symphony of the Night.
Yeah, kinda. Except, there's actually something that's a bit more like it later on. Yeah, this fight is actually really fun just because you don't have... It's not a damage tank like it was with a Shiranui. It's a matter of knowing who to take out, who to manage. You gotta know who you want to keep on their familiar at all times, and you gotta know who to pretty much aggro at all times, because...
Sorry, I saw the tadpoles.
Yeah, the tadpoles are really threatening, which makes no damn sense. This fight is insane. It's so fun. Like, I mentioned that this is a DLC that convinced me to LP this game. And you can see why, right? This is crazy.
It's nuts, even for this game. I like it.
Also, the Toad actually has one threatening attack, is... It will cause water geysers, but that's not the threat. This is! But luckily, since I have I'm caught in between him and his wife, I actually don't take a lot of the damage from that attack.
As crazy as it sounds, I often find it a lot easier when you can force, like, in a lot of two-enemy bosses in games like this, managing to keep them both on screen at once is way more manageable than only dealing with one at a time. Like, you take one down first, but keeping them both on screen means you can kind of keep track of everything they're doing.
Yeah. This game doesn't have the AI logic that Platinum has. I remember... Oh, what the hell was his name? I always get these people mixed up. Who's the CEO of Platinum? I always forget.
The CEO? I don't remember, because I think the CEO quit?
No, fucking... It's either the CEO or founder. He's a very famous guy who constantly gets pissed on Twitter, but, yeah...
Oh, Kamiya.
Yeah, Kamiya, with his games... He often has a mindset of, unless you're on the highest difficulty, if an enemy is not in like the screen space, they will not actively attack you. And I've noticed Kamitani doesn't have that mindset. Like, enemies will just do fucking whatever, and if you're not paying attention, well, screw you. Which is kind of noticeable in this fight, because if you leave Aduraba to his devices when he's off his frog, oftentimes you'll just be in the middle of a combo and he's just, hi there, sword slash!
Yeah, I can't remember if the first game that did that was DMC 3 or 1.
I think it was 3, because in 1 it didn't have a lot of mob fights.
Yeah.
Because if I remember right, DMC 1 was supposed to be kind of like a Resident Evil.
I kind of wish God Hand did that there.
Yeah,
that's the one game I really wish had that feature.
God Hand's just mean. But yeah, once you take out a Shiomaki, Aduraba's not hard. He's just kind of a pain in the ass because he never stops moving. Because as I'm trying to chase him down with shurikens, he's running everywhere on the map.
He just wants his frog back.
Like, I don't feel comfortable on my frog. Oh, by the way, I have a no-frame startup slash. Also, did you see how much damage I did with my katanas? Two of those knife spirals, I just did half his HP bar in damage while he was on his frog. So I kind of really want him to stay on his frog at all times, because that's how you will maximize damage this fight. Like, this is the fight where I rarely use my sickles. Yeah, that sword slash there, oh man, it sucks. Like, when you're first doing this DLC, that thing will punish you hard.
I mean, in theory, you could probably stay at range, right? But, I mean, it's a Muramasa game. It is Muramasa. What am I talking about? It's a Muramasa game.
Yeah, the game actually wants you to stay at range for this fight. It wants to emphasize you're a ninja, none of this hand-to-hand bullshit.
But I like the hand-to-hand bullshit.
This is the only DLC that's like none of this hand-to-hand bullshit. Also, look at this guy. He's really messed up.
俺の負けだ。あ、なれど、お前も考えておるぞ。
Even when he's near dead, he still has that pompous accent.
命惜しさに出任せをベラベラと見苦しいぜ、油だかぶらだ。
So that dude I mentioned that looked like a Shin Megami Tensei character? That is the real head of Iga.
Oh, more evil monks.
Pretty much. It's a staple.
At this point, yeah.
Cause like shit, the main one of the main antagonists of Momohime's story was a vengeful monk, and now we just have a straight up evil monk. Also, we learn Aduraba's real name, Yaemon Ishikawa, a name that's strikingly familiar to me for reasons I don't know why. Like the name Yaemon just kind of pokes at my brain for some reason. Look at this guy's hair. It's like a scythe. Now you mentioned this game has a lot of animation frames. Look at this guy's coat. It is literally flowing in nothing.
Some like weird. There's like an air vent under him at all times.
Pretty much.
He's actually this like super skinny lanky dude. It's just all air in there.
So yeah, the entire plan with Master Mumio is that he wanted to get revenge on Okabe for ruining his plot. And technically he succeeded, using Arashimaru. Also, look at this! Pay attention to the following lines from Yuki Obake.
Here are his clothes as proof. We bought him better clothes!
That line right there, this ties into the plot where not only was Kisuke a compatriot of Arashimaru, Kisuke was also a kidnapped child and forced to do the biddings of the Iga clan.
Also, the only thing I could see about Yaemon is it is a clan of characters from Gintama. But that's it.
Weird. That might be it. And I just might have forgotten that I watched a couple episodes of Gintama once upon a time. But yeah, because of this DLC, we actually know Kisuke's full name, kinda. I'm not sure which of those names that they mentioned is his, quote-unquote, last name.
Also, why does it look like oh, never mind, it stopped. But for a while, his stationary frame looked like he was wielding his finger. He had, like, one finger pointed out and he was grabbing it with the other hand. It was weird.
Also, Shirohebi has the ability to brain jack into people.
Snakes are weird like that. Probably, like, crept in through the ear or something creepy.
Let me peer into your mind. I also love the fact that she has an olive branch for no real reason.
This will only hurt for the entire duration.
By the way, there's Jeff.
We've named him Jeff.
I'm calling him that.
Okay, he's Jeff, everyone.
He's just there again.
Now, the only reason she cares is because she wants to be the one that winds up hanging him by the neck, right?
Kinda, yeah.
I remember her saying in the previous episode that, like, she wanted to keep him alive until he died, which seems really ass backwards, but okay.
They do that. That's a plot point in a lot of Japanese media. Like, there's a comic I read that I really hope gets an anime soon, Vinland Saga. There's a character that says, "I'm gonna get revenge on you for killing my father. However, I'm the only one that's allowed to kill you. So I'm gonna protect you until you're ready to die, then I'll kill you." And I'm just like, what? Okay, fine. But yeah, we just kind of missed that plot of somebody was giving Arashimaru clues to escaping Iga.
How convenient. Was it Jeff?
No, Jeff is dead. Oh, hey, I was wrong. Dengaro actually has more animations. I don't know why every single time I just imagine seeing him, he's always in that stance of, "I'm gonna kill you now." Oh, there we go. That's probably what I saw during editing.
He's a real quick draw for his age, huh?
Well, he's prepared for this. I'm just more impressed that Arashimaru could just appear in front of you without, like, you know, just kind of creeping into your view. He's just there. But yeah, that's kind of the big reason why Dengaro is constantly stalking Arashimaru. Unless he actually comes back with Arashimaru's head. Obake family or Okabe family? I can never remember which it is.
I think it was Okabe.
The Okabe family will just be forever shamed. I also like how for that smoke bomb frame he actually used his stick of dynamite for that. I like to imagine that I like to imagine a blooper where it's just Arashimaru actually takes out the dynamite and then kills himself. Whoops, that's not the smoke bomb. Yeah, that was probably one of the more fun boss fights. But Arashimaru also has hot tub scenes.
Get in the tub with the snake!
I like this line here, your attributes showing. I completely forgot that you're just a giant snake following me around and not a woman. Also, he has a lot of animations to his walk, more than pretty much every character in the game. It's so bizarre. Also, this one is really goofy. Look at these two. They're here.
Oh, there's the traveling salesman.
Yeah, they're here for some reason. I always felt that the hot tub scenes felt a little barren, but this actually felt like it's, you know, an actual hot tub scene. People are actually like, "Hey, there's a hot tub here. This is great." By the way, Yasuhashi is still kind of a scumbag.
In both instances, Shirohebe only wants to keep 20% of herself in the hot spring. You're a water snake!
I think it's because she's a water snake, it's that the water repels from her, so she can't exactly enjoy it.
Huh.
But yeah, that's that. There's another scene where it's just Shirohebe, but I can never seem to get it. Next episode, the first of two endings. See you then!